When I was 10 years old, there was a little incident in the Chicagoland area called the Tylenol scare. Somebody had tampered with Tylenol bottles and laced them with cyanide and put them back on the shelves, or somehow they got back on the shelves in drugstores and stores in the Chicagoland area. And a handful of people died, and the investigation uncovered what was going on. And it actually led to a change in how medicine manufacturers bottle their products and tamper-proof caps and things like that. And I was 10 when this happened. I remember it being talked about within my family. I remember hearing it in the background on the news that was being watched by my family members. And I've seen news stories that have reminded me of it several times over the past, several decades. And recently, my friend Rickenbacker talked about it, so I'm going to leave it to him to give you more details about this incident.
This past week, I was reminded of the Tylenol scare from 1982 and the panic surrounding the whole country when that happened. In late September of 1982, 12-year-old Mary Kellerman took an extra-strength Tylenol, and shortly afterwards, she passed away. Later that same day, 27-year-old postal worker Adam Janis had also expired from what was at first thought to be a heart attack. Adam's brother Stanley and sister-in-law Teresa, both suffering terrible headaches, also took Tylenol from the same bottle that Adam had consumed his, and both passed away within 24 hours. In the next few days, 3 others also perished the same way: Mary McFarland, Paula Prince, and Mary Weiner. All of the victims resided in the Chicago area. By the following week, the entire country was gripped with fear, and McNeil Consumer Products, the maker of Tylenol, took quick steps to recall all remaining Tylenol off shelves. By now, it was established that the capsules were tampered with and laced with cyanide after leaving the factory and placed back onto shelves for unsuspecting consumers. Now the search for a culprit was underway, and Johnson & Johnson upgraded the packaging of their product and worked hard to regain the trust of the public.
Mrs. Pat Grayson talks about Tylenol.
I've always been very careful about the medicines we keep around the house. They have to be medicines I know and trust. The pain reliever we use in this family is Tylenol, and we've been using it for a long time. So if anyone asks me if I still use Tylenol, my answer is yes. I trust it, and we continue to use it whenever we need relief from headache pain.
Tylenol, you can trust our good name. Available in regular and extra strength tablets. And now reintroducing Tylenol capsules. Safety sealed 3 ways. The carton is securely glued. The cap is tightly wrapped. The bottle is foil sealed. Be sure all 3 seals are intact when you first use Tylenol capsules.
It was as a result of this horrible incident that sealed bottle caps are now the norm across the board with over-the-counter medication.
It was, without a question of a doubt, one of the earliest major news stories that I can recall, because I was able to hear all of these things that were being discussed within the family at the kitchen tables and in the backyards and whatnot, and that was all anybody was discussing was don't take any Tylenol, don't do it. And then after that, everything had changed with the packaging. It was some of the earliest news stories I can remember were John Wayne Gacy. Faint memories of that being discussed with it. Like, I wasn't sitting down watching the news. I wasn't old enough. But faint memories of hearing family members talk about that. And the Tylenol case. And Rickenbacker's right. It gripped the whole country, but here in the Chicagoland area, people were shitting bricks, man, because they were all from the Chicagoland area.